Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. This video is going to show how to perform a general respiratory exam. First of all, we wash our hands and we greet the patient. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. My name is Ali Muharrak. I am a third year medical student at KSAU-HS. What is your good name?
Ahmed.
And how old are you, Ahmed?
20.
Okay, Ahmed. I have been asked to perform a general respiratory exam for you today. Would that be okay?
Absolutely.
Okay. Are you in any pain or discomfort today? Okay, very good. So, we start by commenting on the patient's habitus or surroundings. We observe that the patient is not wearing any breathing apparatus. The patient is not connected via IV line, and that there are no sputum collectors, containers, mugs, whatever you want to call them, around him. Okay. Now we comment on the patient himself. His posture is relaxed. He does not adopt the tripod position, and he appears to be a well-built young man. Okay. Can you give me your hands, Ahmed? Okay. So first of all, we'll be commenting on whether there is any cyanosis. We will be looking at the sides of every finger on either hand to look for tar stains. Okay. Type. Can you turn your hands over, please? Okay. We can look for temperature, local temperature. We can look for any moisture. I do not feel any moisture on his hands. Okay. And I can also look at the fingernails for splinter hemorrhages. Okay. This would show up in the fingernails themselves. Okay. Can you give me your hand? Okay. So now I'm looking for nail clubbing. Other hand, please. Again, I'm looking for nail clubbing. Okay, Ahmed. Now this would be a confirmatory test if I had detected any sign of nail clubbing, but we'll do it anyway for completion. Can you do this, please, Ahmed? Put your two fingernails together, your indices. Okay, and I see that this narrow window, Shamrock's window, is intact, which confirms that there is no nail clubbing. Okay, Ahmed. You can put your hands back down. And finally, can you please extend your hands? Okay, so now I'm looking for fine tremors. And then, can you do this? Now I'm looking for flapping tremors. And there is not a fine tremor or a flapping tremor. Okay? You might want to push his hands back if you need. But there is no need now. If there were a fine tremor, you might want to put a sheet of paper on his hands. But again, there is no need. Okay. Now I can look at the antecubital fossa for any sign of puncture wounds. There do not appear to be any. Okay? Good, Ahmed. Now I will move to the patient's face. Like, can you look at me and do this? Okay, so I can observe that there is no subconjunctival pallor. Okay, you can put your eyes back down. Can you open your mouth, please? Okay. I am observing that there is generally good dental hygiene. ارفع لسانك. Okay. وممكن تطلع لسانك. Can you? Okay. And again, there is no central cyanosis. There is no cyanosis on the lips themselves. They do not appear bluish. Okay. That is regarding the face. So we've commented on dental hygiene and on cyanosis in the mouth, subconjunctival pallor in the eyes. Okay. Next, we can move on to the lymph nodes. To inspect the lymph nodes, we're going to approach the patient from behind. This is very important. Okay. You use two hands. Okay, Ahmed, I'm now going to touch you on the chin, on your cheeks, on your neck, and on the back of your head. Is that okay?
Yeah.
It's important to take consent in this step again. Okay, so Bismillah. We start with the submental lymph nodes. Okay. رجع راسك. We can also do, then we should do the submandibular lymph nodes. And then moving front of the ears for the preauricular lymph nodes, and then descending on the anterior border the sternocleidomastoid muscles for the deep cervical lymph node group, and then moving to the here for the supraclavicular lymph nodes, then going to the back to look at the, with both thumbs, for the occipital lymph nodes, and finally the post-auricular lymph nodes behind both ears. Okay? So, I will now offer, before the closing comments, we will look at both of his legs. And the patient would be wearing a gown, probably, and also if he's not wearing shorts or whatever, you're going to have to uncover him and ask him again for the exposure. And you're going to look at lower limb edema. You also might want to press on the same leg to look for pitting edema. Okay? Okay, so there is no lower limb edema. Okay? And then you cover the patient back up. I'm going to remove this. Okay? So now, I can offer a closing comment that the patient's name, Ahmed, is 20 years old. He appears to be a healthy, well-built young man. He does not appear to be in any distress. On examining his periphery, he had no cyanosis, he had no tar stains, he had no splinter hemorrhage, and he had no fine or coarse tremor. Observing the patient's face, he did not have cyanosis, he did not have subconjunctival pallor, and then inspecting the lymph nodes, none of them were swollen, and none of them should be, so none of them were palpable. And finally, looking at the lower limbs, they were not, they did not exhibit edema. Okay? And that concludes the test. The final step you should take is to thank the patient. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
And then wash your hands again. And then leave. Okay? Thank you very much.